Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at our progress with the new undertable lower Lego train layout that we are building here in the Lego room. Really excited about this project. We've actually reached an important milestone. We've actually finished putting in all of the wooden surfaces and supports needed for the undertable layout. So we can actually now start to work towards the continuous mainline loop that will go around the area over there. We've already got things set up over here with our Winter Village double loop going around over here. And, really excited to start getting everything onto Mills modules. It's going to be a ton of Mills modules before it's all said and done. But, this space is going to be really cool here. It's going to add probably at least room for an additional 4 trains to be running around the Lego room here at any given point in time. It's going to give us a lot of space and opportunity for new track modules, new landscape and building modules that we can now display under here. Really excited about what this is going to unlock for us. And I think it's going to be a great addition to what we already have with the main tabletop layout, as well as the recently added layout around the upper edge of the Lego room. Really happy with what we are, able to do now at the moment and sort of what is on the horizon. Lots of fun stuff ahead. In today's video, I want to take you on a bit of a tour around this undertable layout, show you where I'm allocating track currently. We've got a number of base plates set out that we're going to be starting to get set up for mills in the coming weeks here. A lot of orders out for, on Bricklink, on, out to Trix Bricks. We got a lot of stuff in flight, but as all of these orders start to come in, we should be able to really start moving aggressively with bringing this undertable layout to life. So let's dive in and take a tour around the undertable layout. Now, as I mentioned, this end of the undertable layout is for the Winter Village. Track-wise, it has 2 full loops. We've got the R120 curved on the outside here and the R104 curves on the inside. We've also got a switch over on that end over there so that the Winter Village track here can connect out to the rest of the undertable layout. So it goes over here, connects into our mini T-junction module, which then gives it full access to the rest of the big undertable layout. So I think that's going to be really cool. Looking forward to getting our Winter Village buildings mounted on Mills modules and a part of the layout here. I think it'll be nice to have them fully sort of integrated and on display in a nice way year round. So looking forward to that. In terms of Mills modules, I've got 12 base plates ready to go for each of the corners of the loops here. Each corner chunk needs 12 base plates. So that's 48 base plates in total just for the curved track portion of the this section here, and then we will have additional Mills modules in the middle there for all the buildings to sit on. So quite a few Mills modules, quite a few base plates needed here, but I think this is going to be a really cool area, and looking forward to seeing just how much space we'll have. Not entirely sure yet how many buildings we're going to be able to fit in the middle there and sort of how we're going to exactly lay them out, but we should be able to get quite a few in there. So I think it's going to look really nice, and there'll be some areas out on these outer edges here where we can have some buildings and sort of winter themed landscape as well. So I think it's going to be really cool. Looking forward to seeing how it all comes together, and looking forward to being able to not only run trains here, but to have them then moving in and out from the rest of the mainline loop. Now, before we head over and take a look at the T-Junction mini module over there, I wanted to start first by looking at where our lift-out bridges are. Love these lift-out bridges. I built them for a show in the fall. They worked really well, and happy to now have a permanent space in the undertable layout here where these can live. I'm actually going to be using this area here as the primary way to get in and out of the interior part of our tables there. You'll notice as we move around the layout here that I've closed off that end of the layout over there. I could probably work out a way to lift out that module over there, but I think with the lift out bridges here, it should be relatively easy to get in and out from this part of the layout here. So, it'll be nice. This is sort of what they're intended for. It's really cool to be able to easily lift them out and slot them back in. And to fix up a few of the ones that didn't have the nice polished sort of pieces from Trix Bricks, you can see the pieces here. These ideally go, on the bridge receiving part over here, on the bridge track piece itself over here. Same thing at the other end. So each bridge chunk here takes 4 of these parts. I had enough when I built these for about half of them, and then the other ones I just went and cut off and filed down the connector bits like this right here to make everything fit. And it worked okay, but it'll be nice to get these put in, just make everything nice and smooth. And I still think that it might be possible and useful to add one more Mills module chunk to the far side over there so that we can have 2 more bridge modules going across, which would bring us to 8 bridge track chunks there. Really cool. We'll see as we kind of move forward if we can make that happen, but I do think there's enough space over there. I think that would be really cool. And I'm going to be soon ordering the panel parts there to make the bridges a nice consistent color all the way through. They use so many bridge panel or so many panel pieces. I really had to sort of pillage different sets and different areas that I had these panels in to get everything built for the show last year. And now I need to go back and, sort of make that harmonious, make it a nice consistent set of colors. It may not be the same color throughout, but I would like each lift out bridge chunk to be the same color. And I'm hoping I can get away with maybe just 1 or 2 colors in general through the entirety of what we have there. So that'll be an upcoming project to kind of deconstruct these, get them put back together with, a consistent panel color, but looking forward to that. And I think this is going to be a really cool section of the under table loop here. This will be the big loop. You can see trains will be able to go around all the way down there, back over to here, and then back around. And then, like we discussed, we've got the switch here, and that'll connect in over here. So, trains can go on the big loop here. They can go out onto the Winter Village track here, and then come back around onto the mainline loop again. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, with all of these bridge sections here, one of the tricks is going to be trying to, I guess, make it as reasonable as possible for all of those bridges to be in use. I would like to, I mean, we're going to have the two main tracks that move around the this big part of the mainline loop. I'm going to have a few spots where we go wider to 4, I think. We'll talk about the corners over here in a minute and the backstretch over there. I think 4 wide is a reasonable target for a few spots. So we'll kind of see how it works out and how we can, sort of maximize access to these bridge modules here. I think it would be nice to have trains, able to move over any of the 8 bridge chunks there. 2 will be the minimum, and we'll see basically if we can get enough sort of crossover modules, enough sort of expandable modules where we fan the 2 mainline tracks out into sort of multiple tracks around the bridge area. We'll see where we can get to, but we're going to start with the 2 mainline ones coming through from over here, and then we'll see as we move along if we can kind of build it out and make it easy enough to get to the other 6 tracks within this bridge area here. Now let's head over to the T-Junction Mini. I'm a big fan of T-Junction modules, and before TrixBrix came out with their R120, R104 full T-Junction module, which you can see over there, we've got one, and then there's one right up above here by the grain elevator. So before those ones came out, I picked up the track required to make this. I call it the T-Junction Mini because it only has track coming off of the inside track there on the main line. You can't get from the outer track into the interior part of the layout here. Even with that limitation, still really love this module. I think it's going to be great to be able to have it in permanent use down here on the lower layout, and I love the fact that it's paired up with the full T-junction over there. I think this is going to be a really cool end of the layout from a track module perspective, and looking forward to seeing how we can move the train traffic through these modules, over to the Winter Village area over here, or, to use these as ways to shunt train cars onto and around the mainline loop area on the lower layout here. So this is one of the few sections, this was a pre-existing module that we just didn't have a spot for anymore. So that's why it's already on mills. Just needs to get, sort of integrated into these new modules that we are creating here. But I think this is going to be an awesome component of the lower layout, and really happy to be able to get it back into use. Then we've also got our hybrid crossover module here from TrixBrix. Looking forward to getting this mounted on mills and figuring out the best way to integrate this into the layout down here. I think this could be, one of the modules that we use for fanning out traffic to make maximum use of all of our bridge modules over there. I would also like to pick up probably 2 more of the monster crossover modules that we have. So we've got one of those modules currently up in our train yard. Super happy with that module. Great way to be able to have, the two mainline tracks that are passing through and then allow those access out to our yard. So, with two more of those 4-wide monster crossover modules, I think that we could really do some fun stuff down here with moving trains in and around different tracks. I think that, you'll see in a few moments, but we've got 4-wide single track over there at the moment in my sort of rough planning. And, with the soon to be hopefully 8 bridges here, there's definitely, a lot of opportunity for crossover modules to make a really big difference and to allow trains to move around in interesting ways. So looking forward to getting this mounted on mills and integrated here, but definitely expecting several more crossover modules to get purchased and then mounted on mills under here. I think it'll give us, like I said, a lot of interesting track usage options, and always great to have multiples of some of these cool modules that I can then take out to train shows as well. So really happy with what we've got here in terms of crossovers, but more to come just due to how many different sort of track lines we would like to take advantage of down here in the lower layout. Next up, we've got the 2 corner sections over here at the far end of the mainline loop. And one of the things I'm really excited about here, you'll see first off, we've got the R104 here. I need to order some more R120 with the ballast plates. But for those 2 tracks that are going to be there on the corner, we've got the 12 base plates for mills modules here, another 12 base plates for mills modules there. That's going to be cool. It's going to mirror what we have up above, R104 and R120. But you'll notice the middle section here that connects those 2 corners together. Like I mentioned, I've closed that section off. That was the way that we used to get into the middle part of our layout. But we've got 4 connector tracks there, which we're going to try to utilize by adding R88 and R72 corner modules in here on both sides. So we'll have 4 tracks going around the corner here and going around the corner over there. Really excited about the potential of that. So taking a look at the corners from the other side, like I said, I think this is going to be a really cool end of the layout here. I am looking forward to adding in those R88 and R72 curved track modules. I think it'll be really cool to have those running through the corners as well as the 104s and the 120s. It'll be a nice comparison point. Might not be able to run all of our trains through the smaller radius curves there, but interested to see how they function and to add, basically some new track to our collection. I currently don't have any track in those radiuses, so I think it'll be a nice addition from that perspective as well. And, like I said, it's going to give us more mainline track opportunities here. We can have, with 4 tracks going through the corner, coming down into at least 4 tracks on this straightaway over here. And, if we can get those connected up to the bridge modules there's chunks of this lower layout that can be running 4 trains wide. We don't have quite enough capability or enough sort of track space allotted on the T-junction end to handle 4 trains making a full loop. But, maybe we can even get there with that. Maybe we could try to do a smaller radius there to get through that end and let us have 4 tracks wide that we could be running trains on simultaneously around this bigger loop part of the lower layout. So we'll see. Lots to still figure out here, but excited about the potential and the opportunities over here. So next up, we've got the main straightaway here on the back section of the mainline lower layout loop as we head towards the T-junction module at the end there. Really excited about the potential here. I think that it'll be nice to have a couple of mainline tracks obviously running through, the potential for a couple of yard tracks over here. Like I mentioned earlier, I definitely see the potential of having at least one of the monster crossover modules here. The ability to have 4-wide track and have trains move through those 4 tracks with ease would work really well with the way it's looking like we're going to have the track allocated here. So hopefully we can get one for this side and then one to go over there with the hybrid crossover and our bridge modules. I think that would be really cool if we could get one on each side. It would give us a lot of flexibility and functionality. Would like to see if I can keep a chunk of that, the interior part of the layout here. Like to see if I could keep that available for some building modules. Not entirely sure whether we would put city buildings there or whether they might be just sort of industry or sort of rail themed buildings, but would like to not only have space down here for lots of track to run around, but I think it would be really great if we could give ourselves some options for having sort of overflow buildings or other industrial buildings that we want to build and have in our collection. To have a space here that would work for that would be really awesome and seems quite doable. So we'll see as this all comes together. Like I said, there's the potential, if we ran another couple of tracks down on the other side of the main line there, we could theoretically get to a point where maybe we have 4 mainline tracks on this loop here where we could be running 4 trains simultaneously on their own tracks. That would be pretty impressive. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do with that. Like I said, I do want to also get some buildings, some Mills module buildings down here as well that we can't fit on the upper layout. So we'll see what works here, what we can fit in, but lots of great opportunity here, I think, when it comes to not only track modules, but some opportunities here for siding areas where we can display trains that aren't in action or use at the moment. So really happy about the potential for this back stretch of the underneath layout. And then last but not least, we've got our second Trixbricks R120-104 T-junction module. So we've got this one down here and we've got the one up by our grain elevator. Really happy that we have 2 of these in our collection now and looking forward to getting this one mounted onto Mills modules. You can see we've got the base plates allocated there for that. 20 base plates make up that particular module. It's a real large track module, but it's going to be excellent. Should give us a lot of functionality over here, and looking forward to just having this in our collection as well, so that we've got options when we're going out to train shows. It's a really useful module that can allow you to do a lot of interesting things. So I think it'll be super useful here in the lower layout. And it's nice to have it right beside the mini T-junction there. But, also really happy to have it at our disposal for use in, sort of layouts and train shows that we go to as well. So really happy about this. Obviously, with this section doesn't really have a lot of room that way. So the track or that sort of end of the T-junction module is really probably just going to be more about sort of storing trains and displaying things over there. But really happy with the functionality this will provide, specifically with the mainline track heading that way over to the T-junction Mini. So, overall, really excited about what we have been building here and really excited about the potential of this new undertable layout. I think it's going to look awesome, really give us a lot of interesting ways to run more trains around the layouts here in our Lego room. And it's also going to be a lot of work. I think that my rough math works out for just the track modules that we talked about around the room that we have base plates already allocated for. I think we're up around close to 90, if not a little over 90 mills modules that we need to be building in the next little while. Plus, we haven't even talked about the mills modules for the interior here, the mills modules for the straight track down that backstretch over there. We're definitely going to be building, and adding hundreds of mills modules down here. And there's still mills modules that we're adding to the upper layout as well. So it's definitely going to be all mills all the time for a little while here, but really excited about starting to get all of these modules mounted on mills and hooked up so that we can begin to run trains around the lower layout here. So lots of exciting stuff ahead in the next month or two here as we really push to get as much of this hooked up and mounted on mills as possible. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.